Hello everyone. I'm Sandeep Mishra here along with my colleague Pushpak Singh, and we welcome every one of you there who joined this webinar today. As you know, we are Questel's partner in India. We facilitate access to Orbit.com and provide trainings to patent fraternity across India. So this webinar would be having some components, one as a standard presentation, followed by question and answer. We will be talking for nearly 45 minutes to 1 hour. We will try to take up as many questions as possible at the end of the session. And since there are a big audience in this countrywide webinar, there is a possibility that we may answer some of the queries through emails, followed by the webinar. So let's come to the business and the webinar. And as we all know that our webinar topic reveals, and we will be simplifying things to find, answers for IP challenges and opportunities. And during that, we will be discussing about patent information. How should this be fetched? How should this be understood? And as everyone is aware, why we have taken up this topic, since India is understood as one of the leading country in IP pharma generics, and as you all know, in 2015 a lot of patent got expired, and the value was also very big, nearly $66 billion, which is huge, which included some of the very important drugs including Capexon, Namenda, Provigil, Combivant, Trivox. And 2016 year is also very important, the expiry of some of the very blockbuster drugs, including Crestor, Benicar, and also Cubicin. So we understand the importance of pharma generic, but at the same time, we also understand that the Indian companies are now have started innovating. We are very happy that companies are working with the new to come up with the new chemical entities. There is a lot of good thing going around, but as we all know that our fort remains the pharma generics. So we will try to work around some of the things, some of the techniques which are going to help us all pharma generic industry here in India with some of the key patent functionalities. And so as you know, a lot of major drugs are going off patent. So this presentation would be very important, and to start working in the direction which can help your research and development department and also the business development department. So as you know, our key points which we are going to discuss here is, we are going to help you quickly identify what are the expiring patents for pharmaceutical industry, which will be a base for you to decide on a future course of strategies, and also optimize risk and perform the in-depth freedom to operate analysis, which is the crux and which is the most important aspect for pharma generics today. And at the same time, where you will be learning on locating which are the markets which are unexplored, so that you can fine-tune your R&D, and there is a maximum, you can maximize the return on investment, on the activities. And of course, we will be helping you out with tracking competition through Orbit IP Business Intelligence. Tracking will give you a lot of insight on identifying what is the correct strategies for your business development, and also for research and development, and also for you, launching the product. Now, there is a lot of information which is hidden. It should be, identified, so that, the proper decision can be made on the basis of the information which we are unable to find out, So we are going to talk about on it. We are also going to talk on, other than the patent, what is more important is to analyze the things in consolidated way, whether it is a patent or whether it is a non-patent. So then you have a decision that is consolidated. So we will help you to understand how analyze patent as well as non-patent, information, to fine-tune your strategies for business development. So now, as you know, there are certainly challenges. That is why we are here and in this webinar. And the challenges for the pharma industry today is enormous here in terms of patent information. As we all know, our market is global. So we are going to touch upon some of the things which can help you finding out the important information like the ROW markets, to take the important information from that and analyze it and to understand and then strategize. And also locate IP where you don't have much information available. Like, there are some of the authorities where when you go for searching patent, you don't have full text information, like, you don't have claims, you don't have descriptions. So we are going to, focus on that challenge through FAMPAC, where you can search some of the authorities where not much information available and take decision based on the more information. So you will be informed with that. And then analyzing expiring patent, which is more important. So when you understand what is going to expire and what is my strategy should be based on, you can proactively prepare yourself in advance. So, my colleague who will come later on, to discuss on a practical objective for the patent going to expire in the next 5 years, and he is going to build a strategy to understand and finding out the opportunities. Now, as you can see, some of the things which are very important for the pharma industry are, how to analyze the SPCs with the legal, information of the patent, along with the legal status, litigation, and also licensing information, which basically make a base for strategizing your business. And also precisely locating related patents to catch abundant, withdrawn, and limiting publications. And at the same time, we are also going to work on categorizing your technology, your drugs, and during the technology that we call it as technology scouting, we are going to work on a very big data on a global basis, and we are going to locate a valuable IP so that we can design around our strategy on the basis of that. And we will also analyze, reports for patent and non-patent literature as well as clinical trials. So this will complete, some of the very important challenges that is being faced in patent information by pharma industry here in India. So if we go to the next slide, I would request my colleague, Pushpak Singh. He is having a very rich experience of pharma industry. He is our consultant for pharma and generics as well as here in India. He has been helping a lot of researchers across country to find out ways where they can find easy ways to, analyze their information and take a very informed decision. So, Pushpak, why not you come forward and take this presentation?
Thank you, Sandeep. First of all, I express my deepest gratitude for all of you for giving us your precious time in attending this session. As Sandeep stated, we will mainly touch upon some of the area of patent search, analytics, and related to the pharmaceutical generics. This webinar will be addressed to locate and see what are the technologies available for anti-diabetic sector. I want to know what is business sense out of these patent families or patent which we find out from our search strategies. Whether it can give me a expiry map or what are the product timeline which I can devise through. Can I make a risk assessment out of these search results or make a strategy for my R&D team for return on investment? What are the ways to find various good patents, in particular 1 million results for initial IP valuation? Many more area will be discussed in this webinar. We will try to use one of the available tool, QuestelOrbit.com, to cover up all these areas. First, take about how to cover the entire anti-diabetic sector. We are taking concept approach. Concepts are family-based index wherein keywords are extract. Questel index them, creating statistical analysis for patent families. They are building blocks for Questel Orbit indexing system and key pillar for our statistical analysis. We will limit further based on alive patterns, dead patterns families. We can also create custom graph by using quick list. We will also look for the information centric areas wherein finding litigation information, finding SPC special protection certificate information, licensing information including the licensing documents. We'll filter it about of family size, how many patents are present in entire family, whether the patent families has more than 10 patents, more than 10 different jurisdictions are covered, and if the molecule itself is listed in regulatory filing. We will also try it out. Instead of reading the entire 1000, 10,000 result history, we want to browse the entire patent family based on the keyword and concept associated with it. This also helps us to create value-added patent applications wherein we design embodiment based on entire patent, not based on the competitor's patent only. For keyword area, for anti-diabetic area, we have taken concepts and combined with the AND strategies. Now we can devise multiple strategy. For demonstration purpose, we have taken only two strategies currently. We can further limit these patent based on the special protection certificate. Does the patent have a special protection certificate? Out of 1 million, how many are having a SPC associated with it? Does it has a legal status wherein it has been terminated, or it has a terminal disclaimer, it has a non-payment of fee, or it has a opposition, or it has been revoked itself. We can also go with the expiry date, wherein estimated expiry date of next 5 years we are going to limit it out. We will also see opposition if it has been opposed in a specific country. If it has been opposed in a specific country, whether that strategy can be used in your native jurisdiction or wherever your potential market is. We'll also see licensing and litigation information, since licensing and litigation information is very much important to find hidden patent information which has been exclusively licensed by competitor itself. For this scenario purpose, for this analysis purpose, we have taken a strategy wherein we first go with the concept, then we limit it by medicinal patent, patent having a license, patent having any litigations. Then we created a quick list wherein we stored some of the patents based on expiry 2016, 2017. We also limited our quick list for dead and alive patents, wherein patent family, one of the patent member is still pending or granted, that means it's alive. And if it is all the patent has been expired, then it becomes the dead patent families. We have also limited our strategy based on licensing information and medicinal patent. We have also limited our search strategy based on legal status, wherein it has been revoked, it has been opposed, or whether it has a legal non-payment of fee itself. All the patents which are screened can be converted into the quick list. Quick lists are important in nature, wherein you can store up to 200,000 patent families and it can be used sub-search. Let's talk about, I got the patent families, patent results from our competitor, but whether this information is useful for me. What are the different competitor? What are the companies which I am competing with? For one of our client, for a case study, we did one search for the competitor analysis, wherein we mapped certain key areas for a competitor. In this, we screened and used IPBI module of a Questel Orbit, wherein top assignees and technology and competitors are created interactive charts, wherein we combined the assignee based on text similarity or combined assignee based on corporate tree. Okay, I got the patent documents. What next? Can I map the competitor? Can I see who it is, where the market is, how many patent families has with the particular competitor? This information helps us to quickly fine tune and see the market area. What are behind these charts? Sanofi has 1,500 patent, whether I can browse these patents. Now, this is one of the challenges wherein Sanofi might have acquired some of the patent merger and acquisition. Can I combine it in one? Yes, you can combine it by using a corporate tree. Now, it's also lead us to one data, one information, wherein one chart covers up entire patent families and it is of 100 jurisdiction. Now, challenges of finding information is pretty much reduced and you can quickly find it out all the patent families associated with that particular competitor. Okay, I got this information, but what it means, where the patent has been filed, what is the market, what is the jurisdiction? Let's see the word map. Entire patent families has been mapped in a word map area, wherein we can find where they have been published, what are the investment in existing anti-diabetic technology has been made. This also shows us the technology exhaustion, wherein a free market is present or absent itself. We can quickly find the areas patent associated with it. These are the interactive maps, so we can quickly see Brazil has been patented. We have Argentina, we have South Africa, we have France, we have Sweden, we have India, we have Southeast Asia, which has been covered. All these are interactive in nature, wherein we click on a particular area and we can filter it out. We can find it out what are the patent associated with it and visualize and create our strategies based on patent. For one of our client, we created a case study wherein we mapped particular formulation in a word map, wherein we sorted that, okay, sorbitol is independently claimed for a particular API, whether we can find it out and create a market strategy for that particular client. We found that in Brazil it is not present, but since the generic manufacturer is in India, whether he is able to manufacture that particular formulation to and export it to Brazil jurisdiction. We found that, okay, there are 4 patent applications which can be designed around, or if they have been expired and legal status and everything, entire family has to be evaluated further. Now, it seems the challenges for creating an export market is pretty much reduced, and instead of screening all the data in a one go, 10,000, 12,000 patent families, you have to worry about only 4 patent applications which are in between of your market of Brazil and production in India. Let's talk about how to see the legal enforcement for a particular API molecule barring with the formulation. We also created one study for our client wherein we screened for an API how many patents are granted, how many of them are expired, and how many of them are export. To create an FTO, we devised, okay, revoked and expired patent can be combined with the Indian jurisdiction freedom to operate, and it's given to the client itself. These kind of a filter for a legal status, you can also create filter for concept. Let's say for a particular formulation, it's easy to browse the entire country's API portfolio and we will come to the exact results. One of our client had a challenge that he wanted to have a patent documents which has a SPC or importance in nature but has not been filed in India. We devised one strategy wherein we combine the SPC information which has of a patent but it has not been filed in India. So it can be generically manufactured and provide rest of the countries wherein patent has not been protected yet. We can create a device, a plan, and finding a potential IP and a potential market through the deep dive method of Questel Orbit and find a map wherein we can give the information. It is can also be complemented with the country specific areas wherein the patent has been protected but it has been opposed in any other jurisdiction, whether that strategy can be applied in a Brazil. Let's say Brazil has that particular patent families but it has been opposed in France and it has been revoked there, but whether that entire strategy can be combined, can be implemented in Brazil, that needs to be looked out. But finding and pinpointing that information is easy in a way to use the filter. Till now, we have seen only yes and no activity, means patent is present and absent. But what about the future? What about the expiry? whether I can map the expiry of a particular patent family for existing portfolio, whether I can find the competitor wherein patent is going to expire in next 5 years or next 1 year. We will see that we will find the patent cliff where the patent is getting expired in next 5 years. This will help us to forecast and create patent charts, interactive patent charts, and find out with this particular assignee what is the expiry. Remember, we created one of the quick list for expiring patent by years. We map them to our top assignee and see where they are going, what is the patent cliff, and forecast and create our product profile and create a plan related to the expiry. It's not limited to one assignee. You can combine all the 2016 patent, expiring patent, and make a strategy which will give you a return on investment, and it will give you a way ahead to plan. Instead of creating expiry list of one patent assignee, you can create multiple patent assignee expiry and combine them in a strategy for your R&D team. Now, this also satisfies our need to better forecast and complement it with the word map itself. Now, filter can also be created for a specific need. Let's say you have a combination patents and you want to see whether it can be anything is expiring that particular combination patent. Any formulation, sorbitol related formulation, it is expiring in 2016, but it has a product reproducibility or effect of 80% only, not the market standard of 90%. You can also limit it about create a custom chart for expiry based on polymorph, size of a particular API, dosage regimen, etc. We walk through the technology, we know the technology, but how about browsing and getting expiry of the technology? We get the number from these charts, but what about the formulation patterns and related to the liver disease or a particular formulation composition, how and when they are expiring? Orbit provides us with the corporate tree mechanism and tech concept tree mechanism, wherein we see inhibition related and related therapy, how many patents are there. These charts are interactive in nature. When you click over them, you can find the patent family associated with it. Now let's map it with the expiry status. We mapped it with the same strategy. Red one is for 2016, green one is for 2017. We map and find that, okay, disease patent, these many patents for entire concept area, technology area, these are expiring in 2016. That can be mapped and given to R&D to work around or design around or improve upon itself. This concept base is unique in nature, wherein you are not going with this assignee specific, you are going with the specific drill down of a concept itself. In this example, we find out that pharmaceutical composition, it's expiring in this, and these are the patent families which are going to be potentially expired in that. Now, this also gives us a strategy platform wherein research and R&D development will see, instead of working on 2 or 3 competitor patents, it's working with a pool of expiring patents which can be worked further to create a strategy. Concept wheel is also helpful in solving a challenge of technology gap. I am not expert with all the plethora of information, all the plethora of technology in anti-diabetic sector. But instead of reading Wikipedia page or a book or reference guide, I can browse through the concept which cover up the entire IP. Value-added information is available in a concept tree, and person can browse or drill down based on a specific information. Drill downs, as we stated earlier, are available for legal status, assignee, IPC classes, CPC classes, and litigation and licensing information, wherein you come to know that, okay, they are expiring they stood for entire 20 years, and there are 3,273 patent pool itself which is going to expire, and it can be used for creating a value added information and very improved return on investment strategy for creating a molecule itself. One of the client questions wherein he wanted to know what are the patent are present in Europe and they have a species associated with it. They are important in nature, but not filed in India, but they are going to expire in next 5 years. We created one map based on a particular API molecule, and we found that okay, there are around 20% of a patent portfolio which is combined in nature, used by most brand manufacturers, and it's going to expire in next 5 years. It's not been protected in India, whether these can be freely marketed or used in India before even going to the EP. As an IP professional, this tool gives us a way overview of technology and give it a business sense. So it can be represented in front of a management and they have a clear picture what is going ahead and how the plans works out. This is further information important additionally, that you can map based on expiry. You can map based on your existing formulation, your existing sector. Let's say you are a device manufacturer and you want to map it with the device expiry. You can combine it based on a filter available. As you can see that we have mapped it based on list and work file. List can be of a competitor, list can be of very much important or maybe related to the litigation information. Option is available to you. You can devise it and use it as per your convenience. Till now, we have seen some of the expiry patents, some of the technology evolution, how can we create a strategy for our R&D. Now, how to see evolution and clustering and whether technology have a higher competition, whether the groupings are there, how can I create a niche IP for my own company. Let's see the Themscape wherein we see the expiry trends, how it is going to expire. We have created a red filter for a potentially expiring in 2016 and green patents which are going to available for design around or maybe created to maybe related to innovation further. You can see some of the clustered area have the red also, and some of the clustered areas which is in white space have a red but it doesn't have a green associated with it. It can further give us an opportunity to develop that particular area. Let's say brand manufacturer has developed that particular patent families or developed further. It can be used for the rest of the world wherein that specific restrictions are not available. Let's say for formulation, a particular excipient is not acceptable in US FDA, but it is acceptable in EP and it might be acceptable in Southeast Asia. So that particular peak can be used for design around and creating a niche technology for your own company. As everyone know, themescapes are very much important to find white spaces. We can also see less crowded peaks, which can be starting point to create a niche market. Let's say brand manufacturer has tested one IP and abandoned due to the regulatory or ROI issue. Can we make it at our own? Can we make a strategy for our organization to create a challenging IP or a new generic IP which can be used in rest of the world to protect it? Whether it will have a novelty, whether it will have an inventive step, that there are many questions which can be answered or created from entire themescape map. Let's say I have a technology, I found all the patent information, they are expiring or they are alive in nature and they are going to expire until 2015 or 2025 to 2030. How can I find a ranking out of it? What are the important patents? It takes a huge amount of money or a consultant information and time to get a high quality analysis on IP valuation. Orbit IPBI module and a guided activity module of technology scouting helps us to find important patents, create categories A, B, C. If it is a new technology, you are venturing in a new technology and challenge is there. What are the patents which are important in this technology? Whether I can improve further over it, whether I can acquire them or design around them. Now this module find out the relevant patents It gives you a evaluation matrix, evaluation table, wherein you can find out what are the A category, B category, and C category of patents which can be acquired, designed around, or improved upon. You can further map it based on your expiry list, and you will find out that okay, though they are important patent, but they are expiring in next 5 years. I can implement them in a quick go and quickly create a pool out of it and give it to our R&D. First step will be always finding a relevant patent based on your technology, based on keyword. If you have a quick list, that can be a starting point. Next step is combining every aspect of your data. You have to clean them based on assignee name, based on concept, based on inventor name to create a meaningful statistical analysis. Questel Orbit Technology Scouting gives address these challenges and gives you a very frequent interactive manner to clean assignee. In this example, for one of our case studies and a client, we created a assignee name rule wherein we combine all the Bayer related patent families. It can be also combined with the corporate tree. Whatever patent has been acquired or IP or organization has been acquired by a buyer can be combined in a one click, and it will give you a clean IP. Now let's come to the valuation matrix. It gives you a valuation, what is the age, what are the forward citation, what are the citation per year, self citation. People are heavily citing over it and it has a less age. That means it's very important patent and categorization will be available. This information is important and useful to you to give a list of a patent. Many of the competitor are citing over it, and it's might be important to create a niche IP for you or innovate further in your R&D system. This technology scouting is treated as IP valuation matrix also, and it is a way to start to find a very good IP valuation module itself. Let's talk about one of the module. We found the patent technologies that okay, these are the patent which are important to important. Whether I will have an advantage, whether I will have a legal risk associated with it in future. Legal risk assessment comes wherein we find the technology we are going to enter in that particular field, but whether there is a competition involved, whether I will face any challenges in future, infringement action in future. Guided activity module, legal risk assessment is helpful in nature for pharma generic manufacturer. It helps us to understand where we are going, what type of technology we are targeting, who are the top competitors, whether they have a history of creating or enforcing their right exclusively in that particular jurisdiction, how well I am prepared to invalidate or create a loophole out of that particular technology. When should you do a legal risk assessment? Before giving a product launch, before starting an R&D project, whether when you have a particular milestone of that R&D project that can, at that stage, you have to perform legal risk assessment to find out a patent which are evolving, which are published after 18 months, or it has been protected or not. This also helps you to find it out acquiring a company product pipeline wherein you find that okay, these are the enforcing right and they are going to be important in future terms itself. In one of our case studies for one customer, we devised one legal risk assessment for that particular client. In this particular area, there was around more than 10% of patent families are having an opposition. They were litigated. So it's a highly risky market wherein too much of small players which can be acquired. It had a competitor based on our mapping strategy. There was having a competitor, but there was a 50% of area which was either by 50% of IP either by academic government or maybe small player. This is a key area wherein you can have more number of IP by acquiring academic patents, going a collaboration with the small players and find out the patent families which are associated with that particular IP and niche IP itself. This also gives us the matrix wherein competitors are mapped and their position is given. So Sanofi and Pfizer are more important in nature, more important competitor in this. It has impact also. There is less amount of in comparison to other. There are around 10% chances that it is going to be opposed. If the patent IP of small players and academic institution is good, which is interactive in nature, which can be found out, it's good market to initiate further. We can map and different type of concept can be created and it will be give you a added advantage. Legal risk assessment also provide variety of charts, variety of metrics, spider matrix wherein you can find out patents are good in nature, patent family is enforced, who is ahead, who is having more number of invention velocity right now in the market, and in future they will have more number of patent families and enforcement in comparison to the present status of industry leader. Generic manufacturer won't have an enhanced portfolio, but it will have certain areas which will be shown in evaluation matrix of legal risk assessment, which will further strengthen whether we are, as a generic manufacturer, you are doing great or not. Let's find out the scenario wherein we find with the technology scouting what are the good patents. We found that there is a legal risk assessment and technology is good. There is no risk involved, but whether will it have a business sense? It doesn't have any competitor. I can design around everything, but whether it will have a business case, business IP, or return on investment will be higher or not. We also introduced one of the module to address the challenge of this area, that wherein you have a particular IP, you have acquired some of the patent, whether this investment is going to give you money out of it. Return of investment is higher or not. This type of SWOT analysis will be created for the business case, wherein strength of a portfolio, weakness of the portfolio, opportunities and threats of the portfolio, which you are going to devise for next 5 years for your R&D, is evaluated. We recommend you to further contact us based on these technology scouting, so we can demonstrate further. Let's talk about some of the challenges of IP searching in pharmaceutical generics. For a molecule like imitinib, bisalate, there are you have to devise various keywords. Various keywords may be related to the receptor, may be related to your chemical molecule, IUPAC name, different moieties of that particular molecule, different brand name variation, or laboratory code itself. In Orbit, you have to devise technologies, keywords based on truncation, plus and forward and backward truncation you can use. If you are using a number, you have to use double quotes. If you want to find out space in between, let's say 1 hyphen 3 hyphen diazine is there, 1 comma 3 comma diazine, or 1 space 3 space diazine is there. Everything is covered if you use the underscore in between. So there are different truncation, there are different way to find out the relevant API molecule exhaustively. Let's talk about some of the challenges wherein patent family has been found by patent researcher, but of that particular patent, he is not able to locate. He will devise around 1 or 2 days to get the relevant patent information. Now there comes a challenge. How can I find patents which are on periphery, seems that doesn't have any family, or they are hidden in nature? How can I quickly locate them? One patent, one family, it doesn't have any family. I am safe. Am I lucky? No. One need to find a direct or any indirect national phase entry. There is a limitation of databases also, whether they are going to index it, whether in INPADOC list it as or not. So whether the patent jurisdiction itself reports it to EPO, report it to WIPO that okay, it has been entered or not. There is a name change, there is a number mistakes by a particular national phase patent office. All things are covered in our Orbit modules, wherein we can also find the particular national phase or family patent. Let's say this is the particular patent families. We select more like this button, wherein search similar patent is used. This gives us the patent families which are closely associated, same day filing, and have almost same patent assignee itself. First was the solid dispersion of pharmaceutical formulation. It was filed. It doesn't have any patent families, but there was a applicant name mistake was in US patent itself, or this a subsidiary of US has been name has been used. In here, WIPO application is made by the Abbott, and there was one more WIPO application was filed on the same date with both of the assignee name were present. You see, numbers are different, but the date are fine, and you can quickly find in one go. In 1 second, you can find out the entire patent families and find relevant IP. Orbit also helps you, provides you, solves the challenges of finding relevant information, finding hidden IP. All the results are sorted in relevancy score wise, so everything is matching with that particular question patent itself. You can also select multiple patents and find similar patent associations with it. All the concepts and the citation and classification are matching, will be pulled together and sorted by relevancy score. Let's find the information wherein you want to optimize your search results. We search for the Telmisartan project. We found and select everything. We go with the top assignee and top classification and top concept button of Questel Orbit. We find out the patent top assignee IPC code, which either we can extend it, use the OR operator with that particular class, or limit it with the selected class itself. It goes directly back to our search history module, wherein advanced search module is open, and you will notice that and is used with that particular classification, and your search results become restricted. Instead of that particular record, you will get the less number of records. Let's find out the litigation documents. This is important in nature for all the IP they are getting licensed. In Orbit, we index litigation information wherein a particular patent family is litigated. How it is important for a generic manufacturer. We click on a triangle, we get the litigation information. You will notice that in a particular litigation, there are 4 to 5 different patents are indexed together. Maybe they are acquired by them. Maybe their own IP is there. So you quickly find that, okay, though I am restricted to one patent families, but there are 3 different patent families are also associated. They might be covering solvent, they might be covering a particular extraction mechanism, they might be covering a particular formulation, or they might have been acquired from a university itself. This is also helpful to find the hidden IP. You can also find in our litigation module the PDF document of the claim copy or a final order copy. Same with licensing information. Licensing information can be quickly find out based on our filter tool of license. Handshake icon will lead you to the licensing information, wherein you will come to know this patent has been combined with another patent families, wherein patents are listed in this agreement are 2. So you will come to know that, okay, this patent will have associated patents which is a potentially important for creating that molecule or creating a non-infringement analysis for that particular molecule. These 3 challenges, finding a family patent, finding hidden IP information, finding litigation information, finding licensing information, gives you a head tool wherein 4 to 5 different patent families which will be found out based on 1 week analysis. You can quickly find out, okay, these are the associated patents. Let's talk about some of the command line tool which you can use to solve your challenges in IP searching for pharmaceutical. You want to find out some API molecule listed in example itself. There is a 3-hydroxypyridinamine. It's there. And I want to find patent families wherein in example this is listed. I can use /DESX to find a particular API molecule in my patent families. This can also be used to find polymorph, specific size, specific temperature, or a experimental condition itself. Let's talk about a very good tool for family patents. Most of the generic manufacturer knows that if the brand manufacturer has a patent, it has a value. It has been filed more than 10 jurisdiction, 5 jurisdiction, and 15 jurisdiction. To reduce the noise of non-relevant patent, you can always use NPN more than 10 to 15 patents or more than 15 patent families. So you'll come to know that, okay, this is a huge investment made by the generic brand manufacturer, and it is important IP itself. You can also find out reassignment, non-FIMO payment, terminal disclaimers, and all these information quickly uh, based on command line tool. Last but not the least, we can also find based on molecule itself. Let's say I want to find a formulation patent or a product patent of telmisartan. I can use telmisartan speech MED. It will lead you without giving a huge number of lists. It will give you the molecule which has been patent which has been registered in regulatory authorities. We also give you integrated search. This is a one of the tip wherein you search on non-patent on external database like Google Scholar, Google Patents, eSpaceNet, or maybe you search a sequence analysis in BLAST itself. You can copy paste the entire content in our number search modules, and it will give you patent number associated with it, and result can be screened by default manner. All the duplicates are removed and everything is concised in one search results itself.
Let's talk about an area wherein non-patent literature and analysis can be made through other resources. In here, we can combine Medline, PubMed, Cyrus, and other paid resources for the non-patent. We can combine patents from any other commercial resources. Orbit is one of them. You can also import in-house data in Excel sheets. You can also import clinical trial data from in here and press release. Every type of non-patent literature can be combined in here and imported. And you can create interactive maps and get more information out of that particular big data of non-patent information, non-patent literature. Most of them, these are the charts wherein you can create main concept design based on your technology profile and area of interest. You can clean the data based on our custom fields of a particular area. You can also create a chart reports which can be shared by which can be shared to other people itself. Now, in here, some of the charts are predefined in nature. You can also customize them, and most of them doesn't require any particular optimization. Let's say a particular temporal distribution is available. Blue are the patents, and light green are article in nature. You know that, okay, up to 2011, there is a patent application. But last 2 years, they don't have, because patents are published after a certain period of time. But articles are present, whether they can lead into a potential IP, which can be analyzed and seen in intellectual database. This also has categories, and different dictionary can be made, and wherein you can find it out based on a particular area, and a tag cloud. You will find out what are the patents, and as well as clinical trial documents, as well as non-patent literatures are talking about. In a pool way, we can find out and get the comments from our in-house expert. It can be shared with our in-house expert, and they can provide the comments based on the information which we have shared to them. All the information can be evolved through. Let's say for a particle size of a molecule, it has been disclosed in a particular clinical trial or maybe in a press release. This can be combined and find it out that, okay, if this is present, this has been disclosed in a press release, this has been disclosed in a non-patent literature, whether any patent is present or not, this can be filtered it out, and in a way you can create an evolution of a technology, and you will find it out that, okay, till this green and there is no patent as present, but these areas are ahead in nature, whether I can evolve further them or I can create a particular niche IP out of that particular innovation. This is the phylogenetic tree which can be taken from our shared area. You can create the interactive dashboard, wherein you will find it out that, okay, there are 4 types of dashboard. Interactive dashboard can be created. In left-hand side, last 5 years has been selected. What are the top assignee associated with it? That can be drill down, and one of the assignee is selected, and you get the main concept out of it. This this assignee is interested in this area and a particular last country area where they have been published and where they have been marketed. This is the tool to devise and create a chart based on an entire IP portfolio, entire IP information, entire big data, wherein a categorization has been made for patents, non-patents, and the data which is uncategorized or required most amount of the time for a particular technology. Last is a good news, wherein patent can be searched for freely in our m.orbit.com. You can find family members. You can download the PDF copies. You can search for the similar patents, and these results are limited for the 100 results, 100 patent families only. Roadmap for Orbit. Right now, we are going further. In 2016, we are going to add some of the full text. We will translate the German and Korean and Japanese database afresh. We are going to enter Brazilian and Malaysian and Singapore, Philippines data. We are going to add Orange Book data and PTAB data. We are going to add more number of para design patents. We are going to make enhancement for our exports. Export will be simplified in nature, and most of the things can be exported from our database. Now we are open for question and answer.
Any questions from the viewer side? Please feel free to write your questions here in the box just below question and answer box here in the window. So I just begin with the first question which I received here, which is talking about how licensing can help the Indian manufacturer and what information do you have? What are the ways to use this, as a strategy for the pharma generics? So this is the question.
That's very good question. Licensing information can help a generic manufacturer in a way he will come to know without going in any litigation. He will come to know some of the key patents which are licensed in along with that particular key patent itself, which is currently licensed to a particular party. So you will come to know some of the platform patents or some of the patents which are exclusively licensed to that particular area. And you will be well prepared that, okay, I know this patent is going to infringe, but there are any other patents which can make an impact out of it. It is also important in nature that we will come to know that, okay, if that said licensed patent is not present in another jurisdiction wherein I am interested upon, let's say the patent is only listed in German and US only. So I have a potentially other market wherein we can enter as a generic manufacturer.
Okay. Thank you, Pushpak, for answering the question. Well, the next question is where the user wants what is better for them. Is it for their FQ and generic? They wanted to know which one should be the better strategy, whether to publish their article somewhere in the journal because that is less costlier, and should they go for filing patent in multiple countries? So what is the better options?
Patents can be filed. It is recommended you should file the patents with the PCT in mind. Therefore, you will have a more number of year to get a market sense out of it. If you file a patent and after 3 years or 2 years or after a certain period of a time, you will come to know that, okay, this has a market sense. It can give you a head advantage. And even if it is not there, it can be licensed further to a particular area wherein you can find it out and create a valuation for your organization. It is important if you go for research disclosure kind of services wherein patents are filed but they are not published in a jurisdiction. Let's say for Indian itself, if I want to file a particular patent, and after that it can be protected in any other country because it is not published immediately. It is published after 12 months, after 18 months of after a certain period. Now, this information is potentially, if it is taken by a competitor, if it is your employees is shifting, and it is information is protected outside, or the information is published outside, then it can create a particular loss for organization. So it is a mix of getting a patent, and it is a mix of getting defensive publication of research disclosure.
Thank you, Pushpak. The next question is, there is, the user has pointed out that how to track the unforeseen events happen in the patent industry, especially on the legal side, because they wanted to know if there is any change in the legal side of the patent, and if they are informed well in the time, this can be a good source of taking a proactive, good decision. So how can they do this?
Our legal risk assessment tool is very much helpful to create create a portfolio, and find it out whether there are any patents which are going to create any surprise for me, wherein I will come to know that, okay, it has been litigated, opposed, there are many competitors present, there is less amount of institutional patents or less amount of other assignees are present, which is important in nature to find it out and to create a portfolio wherein whether any defensive strategy should be applied or whether any offensive strategy is applied. This is also helpful to come to know, to create instances, to create a business plan for organization, and taking further as a business case assessment tool, which is going to give us an opportunity and which is going to give us an area wherein we can improve further upon. I also got one
next
question.
Mm-hmm. Yes, please go ahead with your question.
Is quick map activity also applicable for individual drug? Yes, this quick map is available for individual drug also, wherein you can create a same kind of a strategy. We talked about on a broader perspective of a technology area of anti-diabetic drug. You can also limit it based on our imatinib example. You can create exhaustive keyword. You can use our MEED tool to get the patent and find similar patent and create a classification-based quick list, wherein you can map the expiry patent expiry in a competition area or a classification area or a word map area.
Okay, I'm just picking another question from the chat window. There, the question is how to find information of biopharmaceuticals, and the same question is, is there for biopharm? There is another question that do you have database for biopharmaceutical also?
We go with the biopharmaceutical. You have to design certain keywords. There is a strategy behind designing the keywords, which as a D-Science training program, we provide that you can ask us for training on that, and wherein we will give you certain tools and certain tricks, so wherein you can design the keywords, and certainly it can be find out based on our database.
Yes, there is another question here which is related to merger, and the question is at what point you feel merger would be a good option?
I believe creating a valuable IP and analyzing the technology scouting of that particular assignee will give you a clear picture whether merger is going to is beneficial for your organization, or whether you want to go for a particular merger and acquisition as a licensing out party, wherein you can use our licensing out module and find out the strength and weakness of your IP, and as well as a valuable insight of a potential buyers, wherein you can find it out that, okay, these are the companies wherein they have a huge investment in this area, and I have a certain IP which I am not currently utilizing it. That particular IP can be assigned to second party.
There is a question. It says, can you be able to tell some of the drug names which are going to expire next upcoming years? So yes, there is a report.
I think you have list. We can generate that list, and we can create an export based on medicinal patent. Let's say in our particular example, let's go back on our search strategy. In search strategy, we talked about key string, which is MED signature, and we found out that, okay, in a number one step, there are many derivative patents are there, and I want to find out whether any patents are related to molecules. We use the term called MED is equal to yes, means there are 69 molecules, which may include a product patent, which includes the formulation, or a dosage patent, which has been filed in various jurisdiction. So this tool can help you. This can be found out in our database itself. This is the way the person can find out the information.
Thank you, Pushpak. I'm taking a last question here. Thank you. I'm taking this one is the last question. The rest of the question, we can answer through a follow-up email to the concerned person.
Definitely.
This question is they want to ask that how the patent search and analytics would work for ROW countries, because that is a pain area for the generic pharma industry today.
This database is helping you in nature, wherein you can find it out, filter it out based on the word map itself. You can filter it out that, okay, with the sorbitol as an independent claim, or if I have a particular formulation which has not been protected in India and I have a product associated with, that can be mapped in a technology area and find out where are the white spaces associated with it. And this is the free area wherein we can manufacture and we can sell the drug itself. I also have one more question. Can you please mention the database used for a cluster map? And we have used the intellectual database to create cluster map. And this cluster map is created based on Orbit itself. There are different subscription portfolios are available. And this is available in Platinum subscription module. For non-patent literature, we have used the intellectual database, which is the currently used database for non-patent and patent-related analytics.